What's going on, guys? 40 Brothers here for another video, and today we're gonna be working on the E55. We got some new parts here and some new goodies from SCP Euro. We're gonna try to fix this gas leak that's been a pain in our butt now for like a year.
Yeah, so if you guys have been following us, you know we've been dealing with that nasty, well, we thought it was just a gas smell. We didn't know it was actually a leak because we had it at the Mercedes dealer. They said they couldn't find a leak. We had it at a bunch of independent mechanics, and none of them could find leaks, and the pressure was great. It's again great fuel pressure. And they didn't know what it was, and actually the dealer, they even changed our gas tank. Yeah. It was under that warranty. They changed it for free. They thought maybe that would fix the smell.
It didn't.
And it did nothing. So if you watched our last video, we talked about how we were doing some research, and we figured out that we think it's the fuel pressure regulator or damper, whatever you guys want to call it.
So we're gonna change that today.
So we're gonna go ahead and change that today, but keep in mind, we've never done this before, and we're not mechanics. So
there's no videos on this either.
Yeah, there's not really any videos on how to do it on the M113 engine like this. We saw a couple on like some other
203 chassis.
Yeah, some different Mercedes, but so it's gonna be a learning process. We might make mistakes. If we see something in there that
we make mistakes, they're gonna troll us in the comments.
Yeah, you're gonna troll us in the comments anyway. So just bear with us on this.
Tell us that Toyotas are better.
Yeah, tell us the Toyotas are better. But
show them what we got.
We're gonna try to go ahead and figure this out. But let's go over here and show you guys what we're working on here today. So obviously to fix the fuel smell, we need that new fuel pressure regulator or damper or whatever.
That little thing right there is like $62. Look at this.
Yeah, this is like $60-some on SCP Euro. This is a genuine Mercedes part. It's not the aftermarket. We did have a little bit of trouble finding this because SCP Euro didn't have it on their website for the 03 E55s. They had it for the other years, and we thought maybe it would be different. So we checked, actually contacted FCP Euro, and they got back to us right away and said this works on the 03. It was just a problem with their system. So we have that. Depending on what we have to do to get that piece out, we're thinking maybe just take off the throttle body and then we'll have access to it. And if that's the case, we bought a new gasket for the throttle body to put that back on because you always want to have fresh gaskets. If for some reason we can't get it off that way, we're gonna have to take off the surge tanks, and we're gonna have to take off probably the whole fuel rail, or if we can do it just by taking the surge tanks off, we'll do that.
And we got the gaskets for the surge tanks.
If we do have to take the surge tanks off, we have brand new gaskets here, Mercedes-Benz genuine parts. And then after we're done, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a separate video, if we're gonna do it, in the same video. We're gonna go ahead and put some new plugs in this because we don't know when they were done last.
Tell them which ones we got.
We got the AMG plugs over here. These are, you don't have to measure them or nothing. They already come preset. Got those obviously from SCP Euro too.
16 of them.
Yeah, and then we got the, well, I forgot to show you this. This is the, this is hard finding this because SCP Euro didn't sell this. We had to actually go online and order it.
Mercedes-Benz Orlando, we got it.
Yeah, this is the metal clip for that piece right there. And here's the plug wires. These are, I guess, what brand is this? Bremi? I don't know how you pronounce that. But these are gonna be all fresh plug wires because we don't know when these were changed last, and we figured might as well get those done too. So here they are. The coil packs, we're pretty positive those are okay still. So we're not gonna mess with those this go around. But yeah, there's a lot of work cut out for us, Nick. What do you think?
Yeah.
Looks like I'll be doing all the dirty work and you'll just be sitting.
I'll be doing the camera work.
Yeah. So
it's a nice day to do it though. Let me show them outside. It's some major snow action outside. Look at that.
A lot of snow action out there.
Oh yeah. So today's a good day to work on the garage.
I already got the battery disconnected because you want to make sure it's disconnected before you mess with this. Well, at least I think so. This makes me more comfortable. But we're gonna go ahead and start by just cleaning up the engine bay a little bit so there's not any like dust and debris and stuff flying around. We're gonna get the compressed air and blow it around a little bit.
We learned that little trick from SoCal Tire and AMG Doctor, right?
Yeah.
Watch your video on throttle. It said blow everything out. So
yeah, we're gonna clean it all real nice. That way there's no chances of dirt getting in places where it shouldn't be. And then we're gonna go ahead and take off the whole intake, and then we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and get started, Nick. All right. So first thing over here is we need to get these intake tubes off.
Does it matter what side these are on?
I'll figure it out. Don't matter. So then next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take this off. Now it should be. Let me see here. Yeah. It's all like these little, I don't know if these are these little rivet things here. So just be a little bit careful when you lift them up. Just like that. Two on each one. And then this is gonna be connected to the throttle body back here. There's a clip, so be careful when you take it off. Don't snap those clips. There should be one on the bottom too. There you go. And then there's gonna be a hose plugged into the back side over there that we have to disconnect. And so don't forget that. You don't wanna rip it or damage it. All right, so we open up the hood up to the highest setting.
Let me show them.
A little more room to work in here. So yeah, basically like almost 90 degrees. And gives you a lot more room to work, a lot more light. And now that we have the intake off, we're gonna go ahead and cover up this like little intake here. I think it's for the throttle body right here. That way no dust gets in there while we do some more cleaning. just like that, just to be safe. You don't want to get anything in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the compressed air and do a little bit more clean. That way we can make sure there's no loose dirt or debris anywhere in our way while we're working. Now we're gonna go ahead and take off the throttle body. There's gonna be 4 T30 screws on each corner, 2 up here, then there's gonna be 2. You can't really see them from there, but there's gonna be 1 down here, 1 down there on the other side, just 4. And then that should come right off with no headaches, hopefully. So we'll see, but I'm gonna go ahead and get these off. These are on there very loose.
Really?
Yeah, so keep in mind, if anyone that's gonna be trying this, be sure not to torque these screws or bolts too tight, because this is aluminum and you can strip it very easy. So
need some Snap City action.
Yeah, you don't want to snap anything over here. Don't use any air tools on this. Do all hand tools, just because you don't want to risk snapping anything, because if you do, it's gonna be a nightmare trying to fix that. But so far it's come up pretty easy. Got the second one basically out over here. All right, so we have the throttle body off, and if you guys lean in there and we'll show them what's going on. Basically, those 4 screws come off. We'll put another towel here just to cover the supercharger, well, inside here, so we don't get any dirt or anything in there. And there's a little tiny hose down here on the bottom that disconnects from the throttle body right here on the back side. Go ahead and show them this, Nick. Right there on the back. It just literally disconnects right off real easy. This is still connected, so we're not going to touch that right now. We just moved off to the side. And we're gonna go depressurize the fuel rail, which I think this is how you do it. I'm not 100% sure, but just make sure there's no pressure in here. Yeah, no pressure, because the car's been sitting for a couple days now. Basically, this is the part that we're gonna be changing right here. We stuffed some towels around it, just because you know, it's probably gonna end up leaking some fuel. We don't want to get fuel all over the place. Hopefully you guys can still see that, but there's a lot of dirt on there, so I'm assuming that's probably because it's, you know, leaking and stuff, or maybe I'm not, maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, there's a metal clip on it right here. You guys can kind of see it there, right through there. Actually, I'll show you the new one just so you guys can get an idea of what it looks like. So this is the new one right here. And a lot of people say it's kind of hard to get off. Hopefully it's not too hard. And it looks like it's sitting in there this way. So we're gonna have to be lifting it towards the back of the firewall. Yeah. Towards the firewall. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get that out. Hopefully it's not a disaster. We'll see, but let me go ahead and give this a little try with just a little screwdriver. You gotta be careful too, because you don't want to, you know, damage the fuel rail. If you do that, it up on your eyes. If you damage the fuel rail, then you have to replace that too. Be another. Is that it? Really? Already got it off almost all the way.
There's no way.
Yep, there it is.
You kidding me? You got it off that fast? Yeah. Everyone says in the forums it takes an hour, 2 hours. One guy told us it takes 3 hours.
One guy said trade it and get a Toyota.
One guy said trade it and get a Toyota.
All right, so that is off now. I believe based off what everybody says,
you gotta wiggle, do a little wiggle action.
You have to do a little wiggle action over here. All right, so it looks like this is still throwing out a pretty decent amount of gas. So what I think we're gonna try to do is just to prevent, you know, being a disaster with gas over here. We're gonna take that the new part, and I'm gonna have it ready. And
swap that out.
Yeah, I read on the forums, they said put a little dab of oil on the seal, on the O-ring, on the new part. So I did that just a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to swap this out real quick and put the new one in. That way, in case it decides to leak a ton, maybe it will be.
Here's the new one right
there. It'll stop it. Yeah, we already have it prepped and everything ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. Hopefully, oh man, I hope it's not a disaster.
All right, you guys can see we got the part in. We think it looks pretty even. It's really hard to get that on, especially when you don't take all the, you know, everything off the car, the fuel and everything.
You just have to work it a little bit. That's what we did, and it looks like we have it on all the way. We just have to put the clip on now.
Yeah, I gotta put the clip on. And I mean, everyone says the hardest part is taking the clip off and taking the piece out, but so far the easiest part was taking it all apart. Now this part, putting the new one in, is the hard part. So we'll see.
All right, so we went ahead and took the towel out, and we snuck the clip back on. Now, when you put this on, actually I should probably pull this towel so you can see. When you put this on, make sure that the sides, the back part of the clips are coming through these little grooves here. You don't want them to slide out to the side because it won't be on right. So make sure they come through. You can see here where it lines up. make sure that it's on the inside of this little groove. Top and on the bottom, make sure it's on the back side too. And then
that last clip I said it was kind of hard, but those towels, once we removed the towel on the side where you put the clip in, it was a lot easier.
Yeah. So it looks like everything is all good to go now. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning here just to make sure
we can keep an eye on it, see if it gets dirty.
See if it's actually leaking out anymore. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the throttle body back. All right, so as you can see here, we got this cleaned up pretty nicely down there. I mean, not 100%, but it's better than what it was. So now we're gonna go ahead and put the throttle body back on.
You cleaned that up too. That was
I cleaned it up a little bit just with the rags. I don't really have anything, to clean this up. But we have the new gasket ready to go. But before I do that, I'm gonna try to get this hose back on down here. Kind of hard to see for you guys, camera angle, but for me it should be.
We're getting that blue glove action.
There we go.
Got a little piece in the back. There's that bottom one. It sits right on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's in.
All right, how about the gasket?
That's actually kind of how that goes in. It literally just slips in there. There's not really anything holding it in there, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's leaking, honestly.
If what?
So I wouldn't be. The hose, it slips right into the back. It just slides right in. Nothing really holding it in there.
Really?
Yeah. And it looks like it's actually corroded a little bit down there. I wouldn't be surprised if that's leaking.
All right, we can put that little clip on back there.
Yeah.
Show them what it is.
Yeah, this little tiny clip here just goes on the bottom.
Kind of holds it in place.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you know what, Nick?
Huh?
That clip actually holds that hose up to the bottom. That way it doesn't, the hose doesn't fall off. So that's what that does. Gasket should be in there pretty good. Topper lined up there. This went right in, so I'm assuming the gasket's probably all good to go. All right, so basically what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna hand tighten these just snug. Then I'll go back.
Tell them what bolt the socket you're using.
Yeah, the same one as I took them off with, the T30.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these up just by hand, just making them snug basically to make sure this is lined up properly and everything looks good on it. And then I'll get the, then I'll tighten them up just a little bit. They don't really gotta be that tight because they were on here pretty loose. And like I mentioned earlier, this is aluminum, so it will strip very easy. So you want to keep that in mind and be careful whenever you're putting these on.
Do we tell anybody about that clip if they need help finding it? We have the part number.
Yeah, a lot of people, when I looked on forums, nobody really knew what that part number was for that little clip on the that fuel pressure damper, whatever you want to call it.
Regulator.
We found it. If you need it, just let us know and we will, let us know in the comments and we will let you know. But
yeah, Mercedes-Benz of Pittsburgh didn't have it in stock, so we called them, and luckily the guy in the parts department gave us the part number. So we went online, and the only place that we found it was what, ECS Tuning?
ECS Tuning had them, but they charge more for shipping than the part.
Yeah, the part was like $1.50, and then the shipping was like 15 bucks, and they're only like an hour and a half from us. So we said, screw that. We went on eBay and ended up getting this part that we showed you from Mercedes-Benz of Orlando, $5, free shipping.
Yeah, so we went down that route, a little bit cheaper, but like I said, you can get an idea here. I'm doing that's
probably good enough.
I mean, just they don't really be tight at all.
They're really loose, Bob.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just using like fingers here, look. And that might actually even be
too much.
Too much. But
yeah, you break it, you buy it.
Huh?
Yeah.
I already own it.
Huh? You can buy it again. You can buy the new part.
All right, so that's on. Don't make it too tight. The hose is plugged in. The clamp is on the bottom. This thing just clips. Well, probably did clip into there at one point, but it's probably all worn out. See that?
Oh yeah.
It's all worn out now.
They're gonna stay like that too.
That's all good to go. So I think this job is complete. Hopefully this did fix our fuel smell. If not, then we're gonna be taking everything else apart, trying to figure this out. But I think that should be it here.
You might as well end the video, Matt.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Now, the reason why we're not gonna go ahead and start this now in the video and show you guys and put the rest of it back together is that we're gonna go ahead and change the plugs and the wires. We're gonna put that in a separate video just so you guys don't have to, if you don't wanna watch that part, you don't have to. So, if you guys are curious to see if this actually starts, if we did it right, watch the spark plug videos. We'll be starting it after that. And
if it doesn't work, we'll do an update video.
If it doesn't work, we'll make an update video and tell you we did it wrong and don't have to follow these steps. But yeah, I think it should be it.
Yeah, so you should tell them what to do.
Yeah. So
like the video.
Want me to end it here, Nick?
Yeah, go ahead and end it here.
All right, so if you guys enjoy watching this video, like it. Be sure to comment,
thumbs up.
Give thumbs up. Tell us what you thought in the comments if you like our techniques over here.
This is our first time doing this too.
Yeah, it's our first time ever doing this. We just kind of, I read some forums, get an idea of how to do it. It really wasn't too bad. I mean, hopefully it works, because if it doesn't work, then it was really bad. But anyways, yeah, that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next
Where should they follow us at?
You should follow us on Instagram, the 40 Brothers, because we post all kinds of cool Mercedes content, nothing but Mercedes content. And yeah, be sure to follow us on there. And I don't have nothing else to say.
You know what, Matt's pretty pissed poor that ending. I might have to put you on the firing block today.
It's really that bad?
It's pretty bad, but you know what? Screw, yeah, you know what? We're gonna see you guys next time.
Yeah.